I wish we could play Jameis Winston every week so that I could just talk shit about Jameis Winston endlessly till the end of the year. Hey, what's up? 2 episodes this week. We're back at it again with the hotness. I'm your boy, Young Santa, here on the ones and twos. My boy Chaz back there. Yeah, today we're going to be breaking down the Bengals and the Niners' upcoming game with the Bengals, with the said Bengals. So first, I just want to kind of dive into it, talk about who's on the Bengals. Well, first off, who gives a shit? Because they're not that good. I think the Bengals they're the team you should be able to beat if you're a good team. You shouldn't have any issues with the Bengals. Doesn't matter if you're playing in Cincinnati or you're playing them at home. You should wipe the floor with the Bengals. They have a new coach, new system, and Andy Dalton's their quarterback. So we'll start there. Andy Dalton, he's like a little bit less volatile version of Jameis Winston, in my opinion. Still makes terrible decisions, very inconsistent, and sometimes he can ball out, yeah, but that's against bad teams. He doesn't ball out against good teams. He has AJ Green as his main weapon. AJ Green is not playing. I believe he's injured. I didn't look it up because it's not that important. He's not playing. Tyler Boyd seems to be the heir apparent to AJ Green in terms of their best receiving threat. Did you hear me say in terms of? All right, put up Tim Ryan. Every time I say in terms of, you put up a Tim Ryan in the corner, okay? That's the in terms of counter. I don't know if you guys know this, but Tim Ryan can't say a sentence without saying in terms of. He's one of my favorite Niner commentators and just people in general that talks about the Niners. I love listening to him, but it breaks my brain when he says in terms of. Okay, so back to the story. John Ross went off last game against the Seahawks. He had 7 receptions for 148 yards, a couple of tutties. I just got to say, whatever, dude. You know who he reminds me of? He's like a carbon copy of Marquise Goodwin. Marquise Goodwin can have a game like this and then just disappear the next game. So not that worried about John Ross until he proves me otherwise. Hell of a game, but he was also playing in Seattle, and he was a Washington Husky. You know who else went off for 2 touchdowns? Last season was a Washington Husky. Your boy Dante Pettis. So people play well in Seattle when they used to go to school there. That's what I think. Joe Mixon looks like he's down with an ankle sprain. He's day to day. Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. It doesn't make a lick of difference. I'm not afraid of anybody on the Bengals offense. And our defense is too fire right now, dog. Like it's too fucking fire. Okay. And people are going to argue with me on this, that our defense is not as gangster as they are, but I'm going to say they are that gangster, and we'll get into that. But for now, we're going to talk about the strength of the Bengals, and it's their D-line. They got Geno Atkins, they got Carlos Dunlap, they drafted, what's his name? Lawson, out of Who Gives a Fuck State. I don't know where he's from, but he's supposedly a good pass rusher. That's their strength of their team is their defensive line. So that's where we need to be kind of worried about things going awry. But everything else, I'm not really worried about. So let's talk about the Niners. And obviously, with the Niners, starts and ends on offense with George Kittle right now. He's a beast. He's beastly. And with that, you know Kittle's going to produce. Maybe he doesn't get some touchdowns called back by the fucking referees. The other thing that we need to worry about is Jimmy G. Now, is he going to find his rhythm? How long is it going to take for him to find his rhythm? I'm hoping it happens this game. And when I give my prediction, you're gonna hear my optimism, because I'm going to say it's going to happen this game. I think he's going to kind of start to find his groove, how Jimmy got his groove back. All right. Will the running game improve? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say the running game moderately improves from where it was last time. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I think we get close to, having a 100-yard rusher. Maybe Matt Breida gets, we'll say 80 yards. And Mostert, he's going to get, somewhere 40 and 60. That's enough. That's going to set up our play action. We're going to be looking good. The question for me is who steps up at the wide receiver spot? And I believe it's going to be Deebo Samuel. He had his first real game, his live action game last week, and he didn't look great. He looked like a rookie. But what I will say is when Deebo Samuel goes across the middle, he covers up, he catches the ball and he covers up real well, and he can take those hits. And that's not something you usually see with rookies. He has kind of a knack for protecting himself and the ball. Now we're going to talk about the defense. Pass rush, we know that's the key, right? DJ Khaled, here we go. It makes everything go for the 49ers this season. I think you're going to see we're going to have a lot of fun watching Nick Bosa and Dee Ford come off the edge and just fucking ruin everybody's day. But the other thing about the defensive line is that we're extremely deep. We're like too deep at every position. And I think with the Heat last game, maybe we didn't see the benefit of that, but I think this game it's gonna be very obvious that we're just sending so many fresh bodies at the quarterback and the running backs that they're just going to be disruptive. Can we shore up the run defense? I don't know. I hope so. We get Quan Alexander back because he's not suspended, so the hot boys are back. What kind of boy that just happened. But yeah, we're going to have a lot more speed on the field. Hopefully we can shore up the run D. I'm a little worried that the wide 9 scheme, that's just the weakness of it, is that you're a little bit susceptible to the run game. But hopefully we can tighten that up. And then the other thing I'm looking for is for the secondary to build on their confidence that they've established in game 1. Jameis Winston, thank you for that, sir. I love a confident, cocky secondary. And when you have Richard Sherman as one of your cornerbacks, there's a good chance you're going to be like that. So they just need a little bit more success. Let's get some more interceptions off of Jameis Winston light, Andy Dalton, and let's keep the ball rolling. They call me Brostradamus. I'm going to go ahead and predict this game. I'm going to say Niners 31 and the Bengals score 14 points. I'm going to say we get 3 turnovers, probably 2 interceptions and a fumble. And that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say we probably get 4 or 5 sacks. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's see if I can Brostradamus it out again. All right. So yeah, let's watch the game and we'll see you back next week. Thanks, everybody.